Hi, it's Doris from the Essential Wellness Diary. I'm so pleased to bring to you another session from the Pamper series brought to you by Melton Learning. Today is super special as we'll be learning how to make some body, skin and hair products. Super easy, super effective, costing only a fraction of what you would pay for at the shops. Hopefully I'll be able to share with you and you'll learn just how simple it is to make your own products, how to cut out some of the chemicals that are surrounding us everywhere. And once you learn and once you find out how effective they are, I can almost guarantee you that you'll be wanting to revamp some of the other products in your bathroom cupboards as well. Nothing brings me more joy than sharing my knowledge and love of natural products and essential oils for our homes and our bodies and our well-being. Being able to cut out some of the chemicals and toxins that we have is so beneficial for our wellness. So, sharing very easy and simple recipes with others is what it's all about. I've got plenty of books and I've studied, quite a bit about how to and so forth. But there are so many recipes that you can try online, and I've got a great recipe book with my favorite body and skincare remedies. So make sure to look out for the link or do get in contact and I will gladly share that with you. You know, our body is our largest, our skin rather, is our largest organ, and everything we put on it gets so easily absorbed into our bloodstream. So, the more we can cut out some of those nasties, the better it is for our health and wellness.
Did you know that the history of essential oils can be traced back to almost the beginning of time? They are mentioned many times in the Bible. And of course, most of us are aware of Cleopatra's use for her beauty and skin care. These gifts of the earth have been used for medicinal purposes, for anointment, for perfumes, for food flavouring, and of course for beauty and skincare.
Okay, so what are we going to make today? Well, we'll start off with a hand or body wash. We'll put together a beautiful, nourishing face serum. We'll make a delicious sugar body scrub, and we'll also make a product for our hair, a leave-in hair conditioner.
There are many bottles and jars and accessories that can be purchased online for any DIY needs. They only cost a couple of dollars. They can be used over and over again, or why not maybe reuse something that you might have at home. Now, because we will be using essential oils, highly recommend that glass be used, or BPA free plastic containers, preferably the dark type.
Okay, what are we making first? Hand wash, super easy. Comes out in a foam type of a consistency, so makes cleaning up super awesome, especially for the kids. Clean hands, the way to go these days. Only a couple of ingredients are needed here. If you've watched any of my other videos, you would know that I like to use things like distilled or filtered water. So we're going to be using that. We're going to be using liquid Castile soap. So it's just a soap in liquid. I tend to go for the natural unscented versions. We're going to be using also a little bit of a carrier oil, and we'll talk a little more about that just down the track. In this instance, I'm going to be using fractionated coconut oil. It just leaves the hands nice and nourished. And of course, some essential oils. I'll be using tea tree in this instance. Now, super easy. The recipe will be included for you. I'm kind of one that wings, measurements and so forth, but look, you can use a funnel and follow the recipe to a T, but you'll soon figure out how much to include of what ingredient, because if it's right, then the foam will be awesome. If it's too runny, you'll just know to include a little bit more Castile soap in your bottle. So first things first is literally just adding some Castile soap to your chosen container, and there's so many that you can choose from. Different colors, different shapes, so you can customize yours with labels if you like. It's just really, you're spoilt for choice. So Castile soap, a squirt of a carrier oil. I love using almond oil or apricot oil for my any type of body care, as well as fractionated coconut oil. Those things are not too greasy and don't leave your hands too oily. So that's great. So a couple of squirts of that. Of course, some essential oils, 10 drops. I'll be using tea tree just to make sure that, to keep it really clean. And then you'll fill it up with some water, just leaving a little bit from the top so your foaming pump action can fit in. And it's really as simple as that, and it comes out, like I said, like in a foam consistency, so everybody loves using it. The type of essential oils you can use, it's your choice, but wild orange is fabulous. So is peppermint, but I do like to use tea tree, or try a combination, tea tree and wild orange. It's great fun, choosing the right type of combination for you and what aroma you prefer as well. Okay, here's a little bit of information about carrier oils and why we use them. Well, first of all, we are talking body and skincare, so we want to use them to nourish our skin. That's number one. Number two, because we're going to be using them with conjunction with some essential oils, it helps with any skin irritation, skin sensitivity, as well as in the absorption. And there are so many carrier oils, but I'm going to break it down for you because there's only really a couple that I have and reuse constantly, and they go a super long way. So for your face care, you cannot go past jojoba and perhaps a little bit of rosehip. So that's face care there. Super light oils. They don't leave your face all shiny, but just enough. But they're my two favorite, jojoba and rosehip for the face. For the body, can't go past apricot or avocado oil, and these two, of course, can then be added into your cooking, into your salads. Awesome stuff. For an all over oil that can be used on body, on face, in all kinds of ways and methods, you can't go past fractionated coconut oil, and that is just coconut oil in a liquid form, super light, so it absorbs really fast and without that sort of greasy feel to it. So I hope that's clarified a little bit of that carrier oil that you might have been not too sure about. Okay, what are we making next? And that's face serum. Super easy to make, and really you don't need much at all. A couple of drops is all that it takes to apply on a clean face after a wash or a shower, and extremely nourishing. It really only takes a couple of ingredients. Let me show you how. Like I mentioned before, I love using jojoba and rosehip oils as my base. The recipe is included. You can also, optional. Everything is optional. You can also include some vitamin E. It comes in either a liquid form, or I simply just snip off the top of a capsule and squeeze it inside my little bottle. And then some essential oils. So it's just a matter of jojoba oil, a little bit of rosehip, squeeze out your vitamin E, add the essential oils of choice. And the essential oils for face that are highly recommended are things like frankincense. You can't go past frankincense. It's known as the king of oils. It's calming and soothing and super stuff. Lavender, of course, and geranium, known as the poor man's rose. There are other things like sandalwood and yarrow pom as well. I've included all the recommended essential oils that you can use. It's a matter of playing around, although there are recommendations. And don't forget, I do have that recipe book of my favorite remedies, so make sure to look out for that link or get in touch to discover more recipes and more recommendations for you. But really super easy. I mean, let's face it, how much do we spend on our face care, creams and potions and lotions? For me, it's using my my face wash that I've just showed you how to make, and some serum, and that's really it. So I've cut out so many products. Super stuff. All right, time for a little bit of body care. What we're going to be making next is a Scrumptious Sugar Body Scrub. It's so super to make. You really need a couple of ingredients. One of them is a sugar of your choice. I use raw sugar, but you can go brown sugar. You can even go white sugar if you don't have the other stuff. But it's literally just popping some sugar into a container. You can then transfer it over to a airtight container of choice, because this does go a long way, as everything else that we've done so far. What you add to it is a carrier oil, and the recipe is included. I'm winging it again, and we're mixing it up just to get that right consistency. So just be careful with the amounts. It really does depend sometimes on the sugar that you use as to how much of the carrier oil that you would need to include. But it's carrier oil that I like to use, as it's non-greasy, is fractionated coconut oil or apricot oil. And to that I'm going to add some grapefruit and wild orange essential oils. And I tell you, this is the bomb. It works wonders to not only nourish but remove any of the the dead skin that we might have. You just apply, rub on, and rinse off. It's as simple as that. Couldn't be any simpler to make, actually. It really does leave your skin super soft. And the smell. Wish we had smell-o-vision, but the smell is just divine. Do try it. It really is so simple. Okay, we're down to hair leave-in now. Super easy to make. Ideally, you'd want to spray it on damp hair. So after you've washed it, what we'll be needing for this recipe is some either distilled or filtered water, a little bit of witch hazel, a little bit of vegetable glycerin, some fractionated coconut oil. I love nothing more than adding some rosemary and ylang ylang into this particular remedy. So you can also pick up a little funnel to make the job easier for you. And it's as simple of simply adding a little bit of water to your chosen spray bottle and a combination of witch hazel, the recipe is included, so you don't have to, if you want to follow it to a T, please refer back to it. I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable glycerin to this as well. A little bit of carrier oil, and then our oils of choice. Ylang ylang, rosemary, peppermint is also good for hair care. And there you have it. No need to be spending a fortune on your hair products. You just shake it up and spray it on. Simple as that. Thank you. It has been a pleasure once again to be able to present to you some quick, easy, natural DIYs. Please reach out if you've got any queries. I look forward to seeing you again. Take care. For more tips, advice, and how to live naturally, follow me at the Essential Wellness Diary on Facebook, Instagram, or on my website.